The cold fluorescent lights of the death row cell flickered above as Jack sat hunched over the worn wooden table, his eyes fixed intently on the board game in front of him. Chess. His trusted companion, his confidant, and his ticket to freedom. Or rather, his ticket to not becoming another statistic on the executioner's ledger. 100 games, and he'd never lost. The warden and his staff whispered among themselves, trying to understand how one man could be so unbeatable. Some said it was the system, the methodical way he analyzed his opponents, always staying one move ahead of them. Others claimed it was sheer luck, that he'd just been on an incredible hot streak. But Jack knew the truth. It was the strategy, the way he blended instinct with calculation, always pushing the boundaries, never playing to lose. The door creaked open, and a guard entered with a new opponent, a young man with a look of determination etched on his face. Jack looked up, his gaze meeting the guard's, and raised an eyebrow. "You know the rules," the guard said, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. "You play, you win, you live. You lose, you die." Jack nodded, his eyes flicking back to his opponent, sizing him up, looking for the weaknesses, the openings. This would be an easy win, just like all the others. The game began, and for the next few hours, the world outside receded, leaving only the two of them, locked in a timeless struggle of wits. The air was thick with tension, and Jack's senses were on high alert as he anticipated every move, every counter, every possible outcome. But this young man was different. He was like a ghost, a specter of a player who seemed to appear out of nowhere, leaving Jack stumbling to keep up. For the first time in 100 games, Jack felt his confidence waver. This was a new player, one who didn't rely on brute force or straightforward strategy. This was a player who danced around the board, using every trick in the book to keep Jack on his toes. The game reached its climax, the final move hanging in the balance. Jack's heart pounded in his chest, his mind racing with every possible outcome. He studied the board, trying to anticipate his opponent's next move, but there was one thing he couldn't calculate for: the unpredictability of human nature. The pieces clicked into place, and the game ended. Jack's eyes locked onto his opponent's, and for a moment, they just stared at each other, the weight of the game, the weight of life, hanging in the balance. And then, in a flash, it was over. The pieces were moved, and Jack saw the devastating truth. He had lost. The guard stepped forward, a somber expression on his face. "It's over, Jack. Your time is up." As the reality of the situation set in, Jack's heart sank, and he bowed his head, accepting his fate.